Hello, dear friends. Good evening. How was your day? Happy Sunday. Sorry, apologies for joining the meeting, starting the meeting behind schedule. This is due to some network challenges. But I want to appreciate those of you that have been on already since then, waiting for me to connect or to start the meeting. Um, my name is Taldi Joshua, and today we are here once again for this training that we have been on for the past 15 days. And today we are here again to continue from where we stopped. And this is our 1 month professional diploma training in peace and sustainable development offered by the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. And this training we offer it for free. We are not collecting money from it for it, and we are not collecting money from anybody. It's for free. And our idea to provide this training for free is to empower people with knowledge in peace and conflict management so that they can be able to promote peace in our communities and help to make our communities better. So that is why we are providing this training for free because we are on a journey for global peace. And the best way we can achieve global peace is when we achieve community peace. So once we empower people with knowledge and the skills necessary to promote peace in their communities and resolve conflict at their own level, then we'll be making our society better. So that is the goal. That is the idea behind all of this training. Otherwise, we could have monetized and make money out of it. So, thank you very much for taking time to be part of today's training as well. We allow us to do this training. Um, so, since I'm not having a stable network, let me just start the training right away without wasting time so that we'll be able to catch up with some things before the network get us frustrated. But we hope that it will be stable now that we are about to start the training. Uh, Mrs. Eugenia, please take time to chat me privately so that we can resolve your certificate issue. Um, you went to cyber cafe to print your certificate. The person that printed your certificate make mistake on your certificate on your name. So you ought to have just chatted me privately regarding the matter so that we can address it. But it's possible that you forgot that we were the one that printed it. So can we reach out to me privately so that we can address your certificate issue? We will help you to do the correction and print one and send to you. We'll download one and send to you so that you can go and print it from there. We are sorry for that mistake that has happened. Thank you very much for your patience and understanding. So today, um, if you join us, please kindly share the meeting with someone. Invite them to be part of what we are doing here. Um, let them know that it's for free and they're not paying anything, so they shouldn't be afraid to join. And let them know that it's not a sham training; it's a very, comprehensive training, and they can benefit from it. Thank you very much as you do that. So today we are looking at peace and development and sustainable development, the future trends in peace and development. Future trends in peace and sustainable development is what we're going to look at. So, future trends in peace and sustainable development. Um, the future of peace and sustainable development, is going to be shaped with a lot of activities, a lot of trends, technologically, basically. Do you understand? It's going to be shaped by several factors, several factors, and we'll look at some of those factors that are going to shape the future trends of peace and sustainable development. We'll just briefly look at some of those factors that are going to, you know, affect the future of peace and technology or sustainable development. And one of those trends is the issue of climate change and environmental sustainability. You understand? Then, you know, we have been on the issue of climate change, and several steps and efforts have been made to see how we can address the issue of climate change, and that culminated into the Paris Agreement that was signed by a good number of countries around the world. The essence is that we need to put hands together to see how the greenhouse gases are being reduced, emissions are being reduced to the barest minimum, if at all. If we cannot eradicate it completely, it should be reduced to a level that it will not affect our common existence. But the issue of climate change and environmental sustainability is that's has a devastating impact on the ecosystem, right? This evening I'm looking at Cuba. Another hurricane activities happening in Cuba. For the past 3 days, they have not been able to see light. The whole of the country has been, the power sector has been affected. Why? Because of some of these climate activities, climate change activities that are happening, events that are happening. So Cuba is at the receiving end. The other day it was the US. And so this is how these countries are receiving this disastrous impacts of climate change. Do you understand? So it's one of the factors that's going to affect the future trends in peace and development, because the issue of climate change is what is on the minds of everybody, because lives are being threatened, properties are being threatened, and our common existence being threatened. So it is on the lips of every leader. Do you understand? Every leader is committed to this agenda. Then another aspect that is also going to affect the future of peace and sustainable development is technological innovation. All right, we are advancing in technology in such a way that we have artificial intelligence now, which is the order of the day, and then we have blockchains also, where transaction can be made, you know, seamlessly. Do you understand? No challenge. Do you understand? People can do transactions at whatever level they want to do transactions without any challenge. Then globally. Do you understand? So, artificial intelligence and blockchain is one thing that is going to help in even peace building as well, so that that I need and it gets to them. You understand? However, there may be need for ethical consideration to make sure that everybody have access to what technology, and it can easily be used. Then we have the issue of global governance and cooperation. Global governance and cooperation, multilateralism, will become more important as global challenges require collective action, because it's not going to just be an issue of bilateral or unilateral. It's going to be a multilateral. Do you understand? Many institutions, many nations coming together, many private public sectors coming together to team up to make sure that the issue of peace and sustainable development is addressed with highest consideration. Do you understand? So giving it total attention. So global governance is not just going to see a particular country making more effort while the others look. No, everybody is going to participate individually. Do you understand? We are also contributing our own quota here. Do you understand? And then time is coming when we will involve with so many institutions of government, private, international organizations doing what we are doing now. Do you understand? So at a global level. Then resilience and adaptation. Resilience and adaptation. So communities will need to focus on building resilience against conflict and crisis through education, mental health, then community engagement, because we need to educate our people. Some of the crises we are facing as a people, as a nation, some of them are as a result of lack of education. If only we know, we will avoid certain things. We will not be able to, follow certain things. Or because we don't know, we do things anyhow. Some of the things we do is because we don't have knowledge of what peace is all about. If we know what peace is, then we will not bother ourselves fighting. If you know how to resolve conflicts, you will not take your time to resolve any issue at the family level, at the community level. And many of the challenges that we see in our societies today is because the family itself has failed. You understand? That structure of the society they call the family has failed. That unit of the society has failed. If that unit called the family is successful, then the society can also be successful and beautiful. You understand? Once you are able to maintain peace in your home and the children are brought up in that environment, but some children are being brought up in a very toxic environment where there it's like husband and wife is like cat and dog. You understand? So how can you expect such children to grow up to be peaceful? Because they grow up with so much hate in their mentality. You understand? So, but we can educate so that people can make our environment beautiful and better. Do you understand? Then we'll talk about youth engagement. Youth engagement, with a significant portion of the global population being young, their involvement in peace building and development, you know, initiatives is crucial. So young people need to be engaged. Young people need to be encouraged to embrace peace and also take steps to initiate activities that can promote peace in our communities. Do you understand? So, and that's why we are also particularly concerned about that. And so we are taking steps to have the Youth in Peace Building Forum in the institution, which is going to help to address a lot of issues that has to do with young people. Do you understand? So youth engagement is quite a goal that everyone should, try to embrace, because every institution should give attention to the young people because they are the energy of the society. When it comes to war, it's young people that fight war. It's young people that goes to war. Do you understand? The older ones cause conflict. The younger ones fight the war. I get the point now. That's what is happening in Palestine now. You understand? Some of them that were responsible were running. They were hiding somewhere while they were dying there fighting. You understand? Some of them. So what are we saying? Education and engagement of the young people. Cultural understanding and dialogue. Cultural understanding and dialogue. Yes, we need to understand the cultural affinities of people. We have different backgrounds. We come from different places with different upbringing. Do you understand? So once we have people that can be able to resolve their differences based on their cultural backgrounds, and they have a particular way of handling their problems, then they should adopt it and make use of it. And if you must resolve any conflict that has to do with a particular culture, understand the culture first. Do you understand? And then, so promoting intercultural dialogue and understanding can mitigate conflicts. So diversity is key. So the fact is that we cannot exist here we alone. I cannot be here alone with my own tribe only. We have other tribes, cultural backgrounds. You understand? Come from different, like in Nigeria, for instance, we have over 250 something languages, and as languages, so also their cultures. Do you understand? So there are differences. So we must live in harmony. So, and one way we can live in harmony is when we understand our cultural differences and the ability to promote dialogue. So that in time of challenges, in times that you feel that there's trouble, we can still rally around the understanding we have over culture to get us. If you are not eating pig, if pork meat is not your, it's not for you. No problem. A lot of people that eat pork meat, you eat their pork meat and go. All right. If you don't drink alcohol, people who are drinking alcohol should live their life. That is what they believe in. That is their own. All right. And of course, if you don't eat what do they call it? There's one soup. There's one soup. When I was in the University of Maiduguri, my roommate in Fika local government in Yobe State used to cook. What's that? What's the name of that food? What soup? The soup. What do you call it? I forgot the name. It's like I can't remember the name, but I can still forget. I'm forgetting it. But it's very greenish, dark. in com- You understand? So, but they say they used to like it, and eat it, and enjoy it. But I never tried it once. Do you understand? Yes. So if he cook rice and beans, I'll eat with him. But the day he venture and cook that particular soup, no way, I'm not going to eat. Do you understand? So that's what it is. So, but we live together in the same room, we school, we pass, we finish, and we move. No challenge. So we need to understand cultural differences. And there are things that I used to eat that if I give him, he would, he would dare not try it. You understand? If I'm eating my rat now, I give him no way, he will not eat rat. Do you understand? But me, I eat my rat. Do you understand? No challenge. So these are the issue. So we understand our differences and we move on. No challenge. Why is it that we're finding it difficult to understand all of these things? If you are a Christian, serve your God the way you serve God and it suits you. If you're a Muslim, you serve God the way it suits you, no problem. It is true that yes, Muslims sometimes when they are praying, they block road. You have to get used to this. That is their life. That is the way. That's how they pray. That in situation whereby situation warrant that a road is blocked because there's time for prayer, and that happens, then don't get angry. Just give them time. Prayer highest take like 10, 15 minutes, you are done, and then you move. You understand? So it's hard to be patient in situation whereby the road is blocked because of prayer. Understand that this is their culture. so that we'll not come and be having problems. Because sometimes we have problems on some of these things. Sometimes are things that we cannot change immediately, but we have problem with it. If you feel that you have problem with it, then there are ways you can approach it, not by insulting or causing trouble on the road at that time. You understand? So these are the things. Or church people come for a conference, they block everybody from coming. You understand? Understand that sometimes things happen like this. They will not be having problem. You understand? So, but sometimes we're not patient with people. We're not patient. So, because and one thing that makes us not to be patient because we don't understand people's culture. I'm taking time to talk about this one because it's one of our problems. You understand? It's one of our problems. And that's why I so much like the policy of NYC. How I wish they will not destroy that policy. Do you understand? The Gawon did well to establish NYC. Do you understand? General Gawon did well to establish NYC. It was one of the instruments that needed to unite this country. Yet people are still trying to abuse that institution. If they would allow the core mandate of that institution to remain the way it was, irrespective of the fact that we're having security challenges, it doesn't matter. Let people go out and know other people's culture. Do you understand? I wouldn't have known that Akwa Ibom people are the most peaceful, lovely, and a goodly people to associate with. Do you understand? I wouldn't have known that if I had not been to Akwa Ibom to serve as a core member. Do you understand? But the privilege of serving in Akwa Ibom made me to understand that I have come across one of the most beautiful people that are in Nigeria. Do you understand? Very beautiful, quiet, peaceful people. Very friendly and lovely. Do you understand? So that's what it is. So if you do not now, as I'm here now, there's a level to which you can convince me if you want to come and talk anyhow about Akwa Ibom people, there's a level you cannot go to convince me. That is, you have to go to extreme and extra level to convince me. Otherwise, I will not accept it based on my own experience. Do you understand? So this is what it is. So if we go out and mingle with people, understand them, then you will appreciate their culture and their way of life. And so when somebody come and be talking anyhow, you calm down. You got to calm down. You can travel to the north. A Hausa man doesn't know you, but you buy something, you don't have the change to give. Oh, you buy something, and maybe he doesn't have change to give you. Sometimes he will return the money to and give you. When you have the change, come and give me. He has not seen you. He just believes that you are not going to cheat him, that you will go and come back. And if you do not come back, you say, "Oh, Allah, take care." Do you understand? As simple as that. Well, they are very simple people to deal with when it comes to, you know, issue of trust. Do you understand? They can easily trust somebody. They can easily trust someone. It doesn't matter whether they know you before or not. Do you understand? And they are also easily to be trusted. You can meet a Hausa person now. You say, please, so somebody is coming. I want to drop something here. When somebody comes, you give him. He's ready to accept it. You drop it and you go. And so far, whether it take 10 days for the person to come, you come and meet the thing intact like that. You understand? So that's why it is. So when you travel, you understand. You know a lot of people. You come to know several people. Some of us we are privileged to travel anyway. I think there's no state in the north that I have not been. In the south, there are few states I have not been. Just few. And which is which one now? You understand? Because I traversed, I think, almost all the states in Nigeria. I may say I have not been in the heart of Bayelsa State, Yenagoa. I have not been in Yenagoa, but I think I have touched almost all the states in Nigeria. You understand? So these are some of the things. So we need to go out there so that we know people and their cultures, and then that will help us to promote dialogue. That's conversation. We understand each other better. So these things are going to affect the future trends of peace and sustainable development. Do you understand? Sorry, I take time to talk about that because one of our challenges, cultural differences. Do you understand? Because we are in a multicultural environment. Do you understand? And so sometimes our differences make us crash. It's these differences that will say, oh, Muslim ticket to why should Muslim ticket worry you? What should voters you should be good administration, not Muslim ticket. Why should Christian ticket bothers you? What bothers you should be good administration. Okay, now that it's a Muslim ticket, are the Muslim buying whatever we are buying in a different market? Is there a market separate for the Muslim? You understand? The prices are everywhere the same. We are buying from the same shop. You understand? As bad as it may, the filling stations for the Muslim are not different from the Christian. We are buying from all the filling stations the same. So all these things, sometimes we use these things to create division in the system instead of using them to promote unity. Do you understand? So these cultural issues are affected, but this they will also impact more on the future of peace and sustainable development. So let's look at some of the emerging technologies that will play vital role in shaping what peace and sustainable development will look like. Emerging technologies and their impact on peace and development. So we're talking about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. All right. AI can enhance data analysis for conflict and development, impacting various sectors and creating both opportunities and challenges. All right. So that's what it is. So AI can help us to, carry out data analysis for conflict resolution. It can also help us to predict violence and optimize resource allocation in humanitarian efforts. We have several technological, like the blockchain technology that I was talking about, can help in aid distribution so that no single kobo will be diverted. You understand? Aid will go where it's supposed to go. All right. So talk about blockchain. This technology offers transparency and security in transactions. That's why one of these online sites that are very secure, one is Alibaba, two Walmart, Walmart, right? So they are very, very secure. Buy online, you don't have challenge because of blockchain. Do you understand? Quite way strong, right? Which can help to reduce corruption and increase trust in governance. So it can be used in governance. Internet of Things, IoT. IoT devices can improve infrastructural monitoring and disaster response. So I think I saw one building collapse in Nairobi today in Kenya. I think today also. You understand? and I think they say they told the occupants of the house to evacuate, that they cannot trust the structure of that building because it was weak. Maybe they have used some kind of technological tools to evaluate the house, and uh, they discover that it's a problem, and so the building collapsed today actually. But still, they are not clear whether someone was not trapped inside. They are still trying to do search and rescue, right? So things like that. So Internet of Things will help us to predict when um, hurricanes are coming, and that's why many of the advanced countries are already using it to predict when flood is coming, when strong wind, cold hurricanes are coming. Do you understand? Come with water and force. Do you understand? Mighty wind, massive destruction. You understand? So they can be detected, they can be predicted, and of course, people can be evacuated, and that's what they have been doing. Whenever they are coming, they evacuate people to a safe place. So whatever they need, they destroy houses, electric poles, or whatever, and then people still come back and resilience. Do you understand? Bounce back and continue normal lives as if nothing happened. Insurance effectively working, no challenge. You understand? So these are some of the things. So drones and unmanned area vehicles. Drones and unmanned area vehicles. So now you can send a drone to go and gather information, to go and monitor what is happening around instead of you endangering your life to go to the battlefield to go and gather information. Do you understand? Drones can do that. Unmanned vehicles can also travel to certain places that are considered to be dangerous to human to step in. Do you understand? So all of this can be done. Drones and unmanned vehicles can do that. All right. They can also deliver aid. They can deliver aid, provide surveillance, and then you know, mapping conflict zones. Right, to tell you, oh, here it's very strong. Don't go there. All of that, all those stuff. Technology, telecommunications, and social media. You can see the role of social media, right? If not because of social media now, maybe we will not be here doing this training. So technological advancement in the area of telecommunication and social media is helping us to interact and provide knowledge even in a far distance. You don't need to come to my office before you can receive training. You can stay where you are, and we have the training, and you enjoy yourself. You know, and thank God technology is helping. You can even print your certificate online, no challenge. You understand? So that's why we have to also get used to understanding what technique. It doesn't matter your age, you just have to adapt, understand how to use some of these things, understand how to engage some of these instruments. You understand? So visual and augmented reality. Visual and what? Augmented reality. So these technologies can be utilized in peace education and conflict resolution training, allowing users to experience different perspectives and fostering empathy. So they can support in trauma recovery and mental health initiatives in post-conflict. So we have renewable technologies, energy technologies are also coming, right? Solars, wind, and other renewable sources can provide sustainable solutions for energy access in developing regions. So all of these have their impact on peace and sustainable development. Do you understand? Then we'll talk about big data and analytics, the ability to analyze large data or data sets can help in identifying patterns related to conflict and social unrest, enabling proactive measures. So, so that you not wait until conflict broke out before you take a step. No, you can be able to predict and determine the possibility of a conflict and put in mitigation or prevention measures to make sure that conflict do not break out. Do you understand? Very important. Altogether. So what we say here is that emerging technologies are having their impact on peace and development. And we try to identify some of those technologies that we are talking about. Talk about artificial intelligence, talk about blockchains, talk about Internet of Things, talk about drones and unmanned area vehicles, talk about telecommunications and social media, talk about visual and augmented reality, renewable energy technologies, big data analytics are some of the things that are going to shape the nature of peace and sustainable development in the nearest future. So, we're also going to look at youth led movement and future leaders of peace and sustainability. The youth what led movement and future leaders of peace and sustainability. Youth led movements and future leaders of peace and what sustainability. So that's another topic that we're considering now. Youth led movements and future leaders of peace and sustainable development. So youth-led movements are increasingly becoming powerful catalysts for peace and sustainability because young people are taking up the responsibility to promote peace, right? So that is why we are here. We are putting in the energy we are putting here. Every day we're having training. Every day we're having training. This is energy. If you don't have the enough energy to do this, you cannot do it. Because sometimes you feel like you should rest. No, but you don't just have the mind to rest because something is pushing you. You understand? Something is pushing you. You just have to do it. Because if you do not do it, who will do it? So you just have to push it. And some of you you are here simply because you feel that so young people are embracing part of peace. I've seen this one, not really a young man. say to say, but a middle-aged person. He wants to take a course with us because he's registering. He wants to register a particular organization that has to do with democracy and peace and things like that. Do you understand? So he wants to take a particular course with us so that you can help him to register that organization. Already, it's the process of registration is on, but he wants to take a course with us so that he can have social enterprise training will come early next year so that people can have opportunity to register their organization. If you want to register your organization, you can register and start doing something on time. Do you understand? So by next year, by God's grace, maybe February, we'll have that training done so that a good number of you that have done this training can start. If you want to start something, have an initiative, because we want to have multiple organizations that has to do with peace, promoting peace in our communities. I think that will help. Do you understand? It will help. It will help a lot. So we're going to do social enterprise. Uh, you know, how to start and manage. That's how I'm going to tell you how to start and manage social enterprise. So we're going to look holistically on it, and then by the grace of God, maybe by the time we're done with that training, a good number of you will go and register some institution. All right. Even if you are a retiree, you go and start something. You retire for say for peace, I cannot be tired. Let me start doing something. Do you understand? So that training will be done by February. So just let's put our heads together and see how it will be done. Please. I'm even going to book it down now so that because I'm very soon I'll start working on the itinerary for next year. So and the schedule for our activities. So I'll put it in my diary so that it will be recorded. Do you understand? So that's what it is. So youth-led movements are increasingly becoming powerful catalysts for peace and sustainability. And so let's look at some of the impacts of the activities or some of the impacts that the youth have been contributing to making peace possible in our world. Number one is advocacy and awareness. Advocacy and awareness. So youth movements such as Friday for Future and BLM, that's Black Lives Matter in America, have effectively raised awareness about climate change, social justice, and human rights. Their ability to mobilize peers and engage with mainstream media amplifies their message and influences public opinion. You understand? So, youth-led organizations are doing a lot. You can understand the impact of the Black Lives Matters in America. You understand the impact of that movement, right? It was very powerful at some point in time. And I think it's still powerful. You understand? So just to make sure that there's justice in the system. Young people, maybe in the youth forum, we have a justice forum, or maybe the youth, young lawyers can also take steps to make sure that they fight for human rights, for the right of people. You understand? So advocacy and awareness, we need these things to make sure that policies, programs, laws are being made to facilitate peace uh, and make this possible in our society. Then we'll talk about innovative solutions. Young people are creative, they are so energetic, ability to think, creatively is what we're talking about here. So intelligent. So young leaders are often at the forefront of developing innovative solutions to complex issues. All right. We have Jobberman. For instance, now Jobberman was created by a group of young people. I think two of them or so, or three, two of them. You understand? Started Jobberman. Jobberman is one of the biggest um, recruiting website in Nigeria. You understand? It's started by young people. The young people are doing a lot of things, creative thinking. If they are allowed, if they are given a kind of environment, like for instance, the youth in Nigeria, if they are given a, an environment whereby the effort of young people are being supported, I think by now would have gone far. But many a times our youth are frustrated. I can see I think in Boko, I saw one guy that makes bikes from. Sometimes go and buy some materials and use old bikes to, customize something or do something. Sometimes he'll start from the scratch and then produce a good looking bike. Do you understand? And it's working effectively. So, but nobody's encouraging him until they will allow him, until the Chinese people will come and carry him, until the Americans will come and carry him, until other countries will come and carry. You understand? We are not encouraging and we're not supporting. So policies to support young people and the ideas of young people will go a long way to help to address some of these issues. Then we'll talk about community engagement. Youth-led organizations frequently engage local communities through what workshop, volunteer programs, and campaigns. Right. Those of you that were in Abuja here when we went out on the International Day of Peace, I think it was lovely. So much energy. Even the older ones that were with us, our members who are in advanced age that were with us, they just because the energy we carry make them also uh, not to get tired. So our chairman, IGPCL Abuja FCT chapter, I was thinking she will not go the distance she went. I was surprised myself. So Aisha, so strong. Do you understand? So, but that's what it is. So because the youth were also there, and the energy they exhibited, the older ones just have to follow suit. Do you understand? So that's what it is. Campaigns, awareness campaigns. So interconnectedness of issues. Youth leaders recognize the interconnected nature of peace, justice, and environmental sustainability. So, because of the interlinks between these or and among these uh, areas, they advocate for holistic approaches that address social inequalities, economic disparities, and environmental degradation simultaneously. So, we are not just addressing one thing, just multiple things. Right. The work of peace we are doing now, the channel of providing free knowledge is to water. It's like you are watering the soil for it to grow. Do you understand? You water, fertilize. That's kind of fertilization. We are fertilizing the ground for effective, for productive harvest. Do you understand? Because for massive yields. Yes, so that's what we're doing here. We are only fertilizing the ground because by the time people have knowledge of what peace is all about, one, they will be encouraged to, at the individual level, promote peace, at the community level, promote peace. And then they can also take steps to even register organization or at organizational level, wherever they are, they can also promote peace. Do you understand? So by the time we have this going and we have a membership of 1 billion people globally, then I can tell you that a lot will be done. A lot of crises will be settled. A lot of conflicts will be addressed. You understand? So, and there have been no issue for such conflict. We will begin to enjoy life like people in Iceland. You understand? Nobody cares how much you have or you don't have. You understand? So as a result, people are not going to prison because somebody is jealous of you and then sought to harm you or no. So we'll talk about digital activism. Digital activism. You see young people like a very dark man, some of you knew him. You understand? Where they are online doing activism. Do you understand? And I think people have been feeling the impact of their activity. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So the use of social media platform allows you to organize, communicate, and spread their message rapidly across borders. Do you understand? So, and there's something I'm going to start maybe on my personal page, my personal profile, because you see, we have we we have a lot of challenges that confront us as people and as a system, and some of those things are causing frustration even among the young people. So they need to be educated. They need to understand certain things because the kind of hate that is going on social media is not correct. You know, so we need to understand. We need to educate them. We need to, you know, carry out this advocacy, the activism, even on social media, digital activism. So I just give you one example, very dark man. We have several of them doing this kind of things to help to make our society better. Do you understand? So education and capacity building, education and capacity building. So many young or many youth movements emphasize education and skills development, right? So equipping young people with the knowledge necessary to lead initiatives. So this is what we're talking about here. So that's why we must be particularly concerned about the young people. You have young people in your home. For those of you that are older in this training, I saw a young lady, young lady. She did our alternative dispute resolution training. She shared her own testimonial video. I don't know if some of you have seen what's her name, Tekla or so. You understand? She's a young girl. She did, and then young guys also. You understand? So if you have young people under you, those of you that are older here, introduce this training to them. Let them also key into it and get the knowledge. It will help you. It will solve you so much headache in your family, even in your community, in your house. It will reduce so much headache. You understand? So that's it. So capacity building help young people. Once they have the knowledge, they have the skills, can do a lot of things. Can use energy where energy is needed. Sometimes I'll be in the office with my people who work. They are tired. I'm not tired because me, I want to still go and go and go. I'll come back. I have in the night. I have series of activities that I used to do. That's why if you chat me around 3 a.m., I didn't respond. No, say that very day, you don't hook me away with that. Otherwise, my sleeping times every day is 4 a.m., 4 a.m., 4 a.m. You understand? Because in the daytime, distraction. So in the nighttime, it's time to work and think productively. Do you understand? So some of those things. So we carry energy, we carry strength. So because that strength and energy is needed to promote peace. Even when you don't have the money, you make you sure whatever resources at your disposal, you use it to do your training. Diversity and inclusion. So youth-led movement prioritize, you know, inclusivity. bringing different people from different backgrounds be part of what we are doing. As an institution, we have people coming all over. Do you understand? And we're just starting because some of you here, maybe one day you'll become a member of the institute. That's if you are not yet a member. Here you'll be going places because of your membership of the institute. To do a lot of things for our communities. Do you understand? Because what we do in the institution is that when you become a member, we have what we call state chapters. So you can be integrated in your state chapter. So in the state chapter, you'll be reaching out to people at your state chapter level. Do you understand? So, and then at the national level, we're also making more efforts to reach out to people. So before you know it, massive, 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 massive result. I cannot do it alone. There are things that I can do, but there are limitations to what I cannot do. There are certain things I cannot do alone. Are better done collectively. Those things are better done collectively. You understand? So, and that's why I'm still encouraging you, if you are not yet a member of the institute, interesting days are ahead. So take time now to be part of this institution so that together we can put our hands together to solve the problem of insecurity and problem of conflict in our communities in Nigeria and beyond. You understand? So take time to be part of the institution. You appreciate what we are doing more than when you are outside. You understand? So that's what it is. So political engagement. Young people should be engaged in political activities, and that's what we have. Not too young to rule, or not too young to run. Right? Uh-huh. Policy to make sure that young people are included in the affairs of the nation. Some of you, if you look at my personal Facebook, I share a picture that I took with the local government chairman. That's my own local government chairman. He was my classmate anyway in secondary school. Was my classmate, so he has recently been elected as the chairman of my local government. So met with him and just to congratulate him and then pray with him as well. You understand? So young people, it's a young guy, so they are coming in. They understand they are coming in, and my local issue of bringing young people out. They understand the house assembly member in my constituency, in my local government is a young guy. The commissioner from my local government is a young guy. Do you understand? So my local government is proud of bringing young people up, giving them opportunity, to do their best. A young man who was also from my local government again. I think he did House of Reps for about 16 years. Do you understand? It's from my local government. The young guy. So we have a good number of young people coming out into political activities, and that is good so that they can facilitate decisions that affect young people and they also affect the welfare of our society. You understand? So increasingly, young activists are engaging in political processes, advocating for policy changes at local, national, and international levels. Their participation in decision-making process help ensure that their perspectives are included in shaping a sustainable future. So that's it. So whether you contest or you advocate, it all serve. So let's look at key global policy directions, right? Global policy directions in addressing these multifaceted challenges of our time. Global policy directions, sustainable development goals. One of the good things that is happening around the world these days is the, you know, is the Sustainable Development Goals that comes with a lot of goals, a lot of targets to address the challenges of our time. The SDGs is, from 2015 run through to 2030, right? And it's to address a lot of things, poverty eradication. You understand? Climate action. International agreements like the Paris Agreement aim to limit global warming and promote climate resilience. So policies are increasingly focusing on what transitioning to renewable energy sources. So those that were on natural gas will be giving way for the new ones to come in. You understand? Peace building and conflict resolution. There is a growing recognition of the need for policies that address the root causes of conflict so that conflict may not just be addressed at the auxiliary level. We cannot wait for conflict to come. Then we will carry guns and ask police, ask the military, ask civil defense, go and fight. No, we don't need to get to that point, right? And even we get to that point, we should not use the bullet yet. There are other things, other ways we can resolve conflict. Do you understand? Not necessary by the bearer of a bullet. No, right? Human rights and social justice. Global policies are increasingly prioritizing human rights with emphasis on protecting marginalized communities because the rights of people are being abused. Even there are some indigenous people in Abuja here, for instance, that are being deprived of their own heritage in this Abuja. Very soon we'll start releasing our documentaries. Do you understand? We'll start releasing our documentaries so that you people can see what I'm talking about. Because this one is going to be deep rooted research. Go out there, gather information. So, human rights and social justice. Oh, next month, that reminds me, we'll be doing social justice advocacy, right? Social justice and advocacy. So, that's the training we'll be providing next month. Digital governance. A technology as technology evolves, policies around data privacy, cybersecurity, and ethical AI are becoming critical. So needs to be addressed. Global health initiatives also needs to be improved. Economic resilience and equity. Policymakers are exploring ways to create equitable economic system that addresses disparities exacerbated by globalization. So that is what it is. So future challenges. What are the future challenges? Geopolitical tensions. Like what is happening in the Middle East? Tensions there. Someone was asking me a question. Maybe it's a question they gave her, or maybe I don't know, or in a school. That what is the possible negotiation plan to resolve the conflict between Israel and Palestine? I said two things. I said that the two-state factor is one of the conditions, one of the possibilities. Two-state factor, right? That's one of the possibilities. Second, the willingness of the parties involved to compromise, to shift space. Once they are able to shift space and let go of certain things, then we'll have peace in that region. So, technological disparities, youth engagement, resources scarcity, misinformation and polarization, economic inequalities. All of these are contributing to make the future of peace and sustainable development interesting. So thank you very much. This is the much I'm going to take for today. So you have a question, you put it in the comment section so that I can look at them. Have any question, put it in the comment section so that I will look at them. And then for the next training, next month's training, which is peace and conflict management, please do way to share the flyer and the link for registration to your friends, to people around you, your colleagues, all right, your business partners, your employees. Let them join. Your school, if you are a school owner or you are a school teacher, let your colleagues know. Let them also join. You have young people under your care as a guardian, let them know this, provide data for them, let them also join this training and participate in it. So let's do something. Let's spread the message to people. Let them see it. We are also spending money. This is a free training, but we're also spending money to promote it so that it can get to many people. So you to help us to do it. You understand? You to help us. Share just the link with someone and invite them to be part of the training. I think you'll be happy. Yes. If you are a lecturer, if you are a teacher in a lecturer in the university, give it to the student in the university. A polytechnics, go ahead and spread it, even in polytechnics, in colleges of education. If you are a teacher there, you are a staff there, make it available to the student there. Let them take part in the training. Before you know it, our campuses, in fact, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. Sometimes I feel I should divide myself into two. Do you understand? A lot to do. A lot to do. So let's spread the flyers, share the link to somebody, share the flyer, share the link to someone, and let them be part of the training. As you do that, uh, we know that we'll get to people, many people, and we'll achieve peace in our society. So thank you very much. I think this is the much we can take for today. I think there's no question. See you tomorrow by 7 p.m. See you tomorrow by 7 p.m. Please have a wonderful night rest.